At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you're having a great weekend. Beautiful weather up here in the north, so had to take advantage of that. Got to do as much farming as possible, prep for what's coming in the future, which is going to be buying 100 acres, hopefully having 5-6 houses on there, so all the homies can move in, and then we could just like build a driving range, build a pond that we could stock the fish in, build like a streaming studio, build like a couple guest houses, build a private runway. Oh, it's got to be great. But we need our coins to start pumping like creator bid. That is beautiful. That's what we like to see right there. Nice 42% bounce back. People were hitting me up and they're nervous because we found it at like 5 cents, I believe. And then it had a nice run up. Yeah, we found it in like May down here. 5 cents. Got dipped down to, wow, 3.8. I remember loading up there. And then we ran up to 16. Tanked back down to 6 cents. People got nervous, but here we go again. We're pumping. DeFi it's just such a big narrative, guys. So don't sleep on it. But QUBIC, I wish I waited a little bit. Oh no, never mind. I bought it 3,000. Okay. Perfect. Because I'm adding up right now to try to get. I'm in between a QUBIC Capital share or the Q Vault. I'm hearing the Vault won't get diluted, but TBD, I still got to buy a little bit more. So hopefully next week I'll have like the 350 million-ish I'm going to need. But we'll talk about QUBIC and HBAR in a minute. But I just want to talk about the market. I hear so many people talking this cycle about how they can't wait to get out. They can't wait to get out. They're going to take profits in September, October, and then we're out of here. The biggest crash is coming, and I don't see that happening, guys. I think this is the transition we're going through right now of tokenizing the world, bringing the dollar digital, like the de-dollarization was such a myth. Hold on a second. Click shot. Safe trade, bro. I've been using it. It's perfectly fine. Safetrade.com. All you got to do is register your email address, and then you got to just do Google authenticator, two-factor thing. So I deposited Tether, went to switch.win, swapped my ETH to Tether, and then sent my Tether in, swapped it for QUBIC, and withdrew it immediately. And the withdrawals were like within 10 minutes. So that was nice. But yeah, Safe Trade. That's the spot right now to get QUBIC for me. But guys, like stable coins and the institutions are gonna drive, Mexi, and it's gonna keep coming to other exchanges. Like it's gonna get tier ones, but that's how I know there's so much upside to QUBIC, guys. And if you watch the stream with Revo and the founder from QUBIC Capital, Samson, like, yeah, there's so much that I don't know. It just made me realize, holy shit, I need to do a lot more research into QUBIC because there is so much going on there. But just as a whole, this market, like the whole meme coin narrative, guys, institutions are not going to go there. Like retail right now, their money is tapped out. This is no longer a retail driven cycle. That ended with the Solana pump.fund nonsense in 2024. And ever since, it's just been circling the same money over and over and over and over again. And it's all about utility this cycle. We need to follow what the institutions are doing. It's so obvious. The de-dollarization myth. They were spreading fear so bad. Now we got stable coins in the hand of more people than ever. It puts dollars literally everywhere. Now people can send money to their families. Like all the friction, the problems around the world are gone. There's more use of the dollar. But with those stable coins, we need to back them with treasuries. And that's what they're doing. So they can just keep printing, and backing the stable coins that 70% of them right now are getting transacted outside the US anyway. So it's actually brilliant. And if you're noticing, like they don't show it here, I don't think, but Tether's market cap is slowly starting to fade. The dominance of Tether into compliant stablecoins like RLUSD and USDC. And it's not going to stop, I don't think. I think it's going to be a slow bleed over, but who knows? I was wrong with that. I thought Tether was going to really implode, but they have such a deep tie to the government, obviously, that they must have some kind of pass, or I don't know what's going on. But clearly they're not compliant, so it's just bizarre. But that's the way the world works. It's all about who you know. So RLUSD and Circle are going to eat up all these treasuries that Japan and China and these other nations are going to start dumping. So it's all perfectly set up. And they push Ripple as this private company, and we proved they aren't. They came from the NSA. Ripple's not an organic company. It's the Fed disguised as a private company so they can control the monetary system. And it's actually brilliant. And that's the way the world works. It's the government operating as a public company right in front of us. And then Ripple is building out all the infrastructure for these other countries that have to compete with America. And their CBDCs are what they're doing. And that's not going to work. It's going to make people leave these countries, and America is going to become the home of crypto. And I think we're going to see a lot of people moving over, like legally with money, because the CBDCs in these, like Europe, is just getting so tyrannical. People don't want to deal with it. That's what I think. You know, we force them into CBDCs, and some countries will be okay with that, but it's not going to fly here. What's going to fly here is going to be the ISO compliant cryptos. All right. I promise you. HBAR, XLM, XRP, Chainlink, Algorand, Quant, IOTA, Hedera. They're all needed, guys. What's going to drive their prices is not speculation. It's actual use cases. Hedera, all the world's AI. Like that's with QUBIC is completely decentralized. It's different. But for like businesses and corporations that are using AI models, they need to verify that their data is secure. And Hedera software does that. You know, that's why it's being built into all of the chips for Nvidia. Well, everyone is distracted by the hype coins and meme coins. Hedera is quietly building the back end of the next industrial revolution. Nvidia's Blackwell chips, yes, the ones that'll run everything AI, now rely on verifiable compute secured by Hedera. This isn't a headline. This is a paradigm shift. This isn't an AI crypto project. This is an AI critical, enterprise adopted, government aligned infrastructure layer with partners like Accenture and Scan UK already rolling it out. The use case ubiquitous, the scope global, the market trillions. This is the kind of narrative that only makes sense in hindsight unless you're early. There you go, guys. Let's just play this. Why not?
Compute introduces a cryptographic AI notary system that creates tamper-proof records of every data object and code computed during AI processes. This hardware-based approach ensures explainability, accountability, and security at runtime. The foundational trust layer of this solution is Hedera, creating a trusted, immutable ledger of AI computations. Every operation performed on compatible Intel CPUs and Nvidia GPUs is recorded with precise timestamping, enabling auditable trails and smart contract orchestration across AI protocols. As AI integration deepens across finance, healthcare, media, and public sectors, this solution will establish new standards for transparent, verifiable AI systems, bringing unprecedented trust to our increasingly AI-driven world.
Boom. And just another reason why Hedera is going to be one of the best projects out here. There's another article. Nvidia taps HBAR for AI governance at scale. Equity Labs. Nvidia, now worth $3.3 trillion, will manufacture 1.5 Blackwell chips starting in late 2025. So there you go, guys. This is why HBAR is still so undervalued. All right. This is like it's a different sector of the market. Like this is the polar opposite of QUBIC. This is centralized software that will validate the decentralized data. They need that. These companies need to know the data isn't tampered with or anything. And Hedera is the one that is doing that. But QUBIC, man, is just go with QUBIC now. Like even if QUBIC doesn't even build AI Garth, which is the bread and butter of the whole thing, artificial general intelligence that is decentralized and learns. Like we already know Peter Thiel's stuff and Google's models, they're all corrupt. They're given data. It's not all real. It's censored in a way. So in that case, this stuff is not going to work. So AI Garth, by training decentralized, learning off individual computers and being paid hopefully to learn from you, this is the future. And even if they don't pull this off, there's so many things in the ecosystem that are being built right now. It's insane. And the whole Monero thing, bro, don't even worry about this. Like this is a great thing. You know, the Monero FUD right now, what Come From Beyond did is he said, all right, anyone that's mining Monero, come mine QUBIC. It's 3 times more profitable. So anyone that's just mining to make money would say, okay, sure, I'll come mine QUBIC, which is what a majority of the people did, except for one group of criminals who run botnets, which steal people's power and mine Monero while the networks are down or like sleeping. So you go and you like take control of a, I don't know, 7-Eleven's computer system at nighttime and you mine Monero illegally with their power. Those are the people that are DDoSing and spamming and putting up all the FUD on Twitter. So everyone that understands is making more money leaving Monero to mine QUBIC. So there's no problem. We're just now QUBIC's just now the biggest miners of Monero. And now when we go to Dogecoin, it's going to be awesome. The publicity we're going to get, it's crazy. And QUBIC Capital, you know, we had PJ was awesome the other day talking about everything that they have. They pretty much have shares of everything in the whole ecosystem with QUBIC Capital. And that way, instead of like getting into all these different pre-sales, because some of them are so freaking expensive. It was like 10 billion QUBIC to get into one of them. So I can't afford that. So I'd rather buy a share of QUBIC Capital, but I need to look at the Q Vault, I guess. I don't even know where that is. Launchpad. Where's QSwap? QUBIX. I don't know. Dude, I need to do this, but I'm so busy out here right now. I just don't have time. I'm going to try tomorrow night. I'm not going to do a stream. I'm going to go down some QUBIC rabbit hole. But yeah, I know it was the Q Vault. I'm pretty sure. That's all right. Q dashboard. Oh well. Whatever. But yeah, guys, like this cycle is going to be so different. You need to invest in the best projects that are fundamentally sound, that have institutions or money coming into them. Like this is no longer the cycle of, oh, get some influencers to pump it, get the chart looking good, and everyone makes money. No, you need an actual use case. You know, HBAR eliminates all this fraud and questioning the AI models. IOTA, come from beyond's second project. Look at it now. They're signing deals in Africa with the World Economic Forum, with digital passports around the world. And how did everybody say it was a dinosaur coin? IOTA sucks. Da 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 da. And now in 2025, 8 years later, it's being used like never before. So either Come From Beyond is ahead of his time and a genius, or he just got lucky. And I think it's the first. But if I think the cryptos that have ETFs this cycle, the altcoins that get them are going to be the biggest winners. And I think, Dogecoin will probably have one. Chainlink will have one. Stellar will have one. I think we'll probably see 40 ETFs that roll out. And that's going to spark alt season. The ETFs coming out. There's no money in these markets. It all has to come from Wall Street or the institutions. Retail is tapped out. Every single pump on every coin gets dumped right back down everywhere. There's not been one real sustained pump in any coin. So if your altcoin doesn't have an ETF, look out, guys. This is a new alt season we're entering. No more retail speculation. No more meme coins. This is the institutional driven cycle. You need to follow the smart money. Follow the sophisticated investors. These are professional money managers that are coming in here. They're all sitting in stable coins right now, ready to deploy into the ETFs, I think, as soon as they come out. Or they've just been buying what I think has been over the counter, and they're going to create a massive supply shock here in the near future through all of crypto. I could see that happening too. The market's just like quant. I did a whole stream about quant and the chart and how these institutions buy and they keep the chart completely flat so it looks dead to the average person. But that's actually institutions accumulating. So if you know what you're looking for, you can actually see it in the charts of these utility cryptos. Money's not just going to go from Bitcoin to the altcoins and just spew everywhere. It's going to be concentrated to a handful of utility, ETF, American cryptos, AI, real world, that like just a few narratives. It's not just going to be what we saw in 2021 or 2017. I really don't think so. I hope it is, but it's just not going to be. There's too much smart money around here right now. And if you look too, all of the ISO coins, if you want to call them, they've been outperforming consistently. Ever since Trump took office, Stronghold, Stellar, XRP, they've all outperformed Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin's dominance grew and grew and grew, it's just boomers buying the top. But look at all the utility coins. XRP, HBAR, XLM, XDC, even SWE is American. I think going to do really well. I just don't think it'll do as well as the other one, so I'm not invested into it. I think I have some Link in my IRA. Flare, another sleeping giant. So they've been outperforming, and it's going to continue, but the money hasn't flown there yet. What's going to happen when the money leaves Bitcoin and actually flows to these suppressed coins? And if you notice too, how come none of the mainstream, none of them ever talk about XRP, XLM, HBAR, Quant, Algorand, XDC, IOTA? Crypto Banter doesn't. Maybe Ivan once in a while. But any of the main Bitcoin maxis, any of the mainstream, none of them talk about it because no one gets paid to. No one gets paid to shill the ISO coins. They don't need us. They don't need retail. They don't give a shit about us. They're not here for us. They're here to change the world, to move money at light speed, to bring AI. Adoption is happening as we speak. The infrastructure is being built out right now. And guys, in the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to see the craziest things. I know it. Most of the alpha that I get and the researchers that I talk to personally and like on the phone, they all say the best alpha is all in the institutional reports that don't even get published to retail. You have to know how to find them. So most of the information that idiots out here are reading isn't even real. It's not the most up-to-date information that is going around Wall Street. You got to dig for this stuff, guys. It's suppressed. It's shadow banned. You got to get out of the old cycle mindset. Go follow Smoke Dog, Maximus, Apex Crypto Consulting, Rue Black. Read these reports. They're telling us what's coming. They're telling us what they're doing with stable coins, how they're going to move money around the world. Everything's going to be tokenized. So much value is going to be created on public open source blockchains. And once they start the process, you got to go with everything. And they're saying this market's going to be a $300 trillion market cap by 2030. That's 100x from here in 4.5 years. So just buy and hold, guys. That's all you got to do. There's no secret. There's no secret. You just start to look like a genius once you bought everything when no one was talking about it. And then as it pumps, you don't have to FOMO in. Everyone else around you is. A dip in September. And no, if ETH just continues to just kind of chop like this, and next week closes at 49, maybe we touch 5, and it just doesn't start taking off, I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think the interest rates matter at all. We are already in a clear recession. They've been fudging the numbers like crazy. If the markets are going to dip, they're going to dip. And it's been sell in May, go away for the most part again this summer. So, but yeah, we could see a dip, but it's not going to be in the utility coins. If that dip comes because Japan and this stuff happens, the solution is there ready to be built. So when that dip happens, it's going to actually be good for half my portfolio. So that's how you need to be positioned. In the coins that when this dip happens or the crash happens, these coins are prepared to carry out the solution and bring it in. And bring in the new global financial system where XRP is the global liquidity layer. And you can own a portion of that. You think we'll have another bear market to buy 50, 70%? It depends in what coins. If not in XRP, not in HBAR, not in XLM, no. But like Pulse Chain, Titan X, smaller ecosystems, yeah, they're going to crash hard. But the reason these coins are going to pump is not because of retail. The reason these coins are going to pump are because of utility, because all these stable coins are going to start flowing into DeFi, where these institutions can earn 6% a year in DeFi and just nut their pants. So they don't need to take risks. They can just come into Aave and make 7%, and it'll be the greatest thing ever. If they can make 4% on ETH, and if it doubles in price, like they don't need to see crazy gains. Like that's what people are missing here. So the institutional money, where that goes, the coins that pump because of it, no, you're not going to see those dips. But gaming coins, the risky coins, those are the coins that are going to see another big bear market, I think. But I think we will have like a great cleansing in the middle of 2026. I think the market is going to rip until like March, April 2026. And that's when disaster is going to strike, when the debt restructuring has to happen. I think people are going to have like 1 or 2 rate cuts, and the markets are actually going to be bullish because everyone's already worried about, okay, rate cuts are normally bullish or bearish. The markets always tank. Well, I think these next 2 are going to send the markets, and then people are going to get used to it and be like, oh my God, a 1-point rate is coming in March or April. Holy shit, the markets are going to send. And that's going to be like the disaster point. That's what I think is going to happen. But you got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for a blow off top and it all to be over in October. You got to be ready for it to run until 2028. And if you're positioned in the right coins, like it doesn't matter. It's just a waiting game right now. It's just a waiting game. Being positioned in the right coins, the right narratives that have big communities, and all of crypto. Like the prices of crypto, they're not reflected right now accurately one bit. They're so insanely undervalued compared to the stock market that's trading at 20 times earnings. That's nuts. And like with crypto, people are always telling me, they're like, dude, if XRP goes to $100, it'll literally have $1 trillion market cap. Yeah, so what? My friend Axis, his coin on Pulse Chain that he created, has a $285 billion market cap. It's like the third biggest crypto in the world, if you go by market cap. It's a flawed metric. Okay? People need to stop thinking that way. If anyone tells you it can't get to that price because the market cap, literally say, I'm sorry, it was nice to meet you, but your brain can only think has a certain capacity. You can't stop and think further. I don't know. But here we go again with the computer freezing. StreamYard shuts me down. Once there's too much alpha, they just shut my computer down, so I can't do anything. And we're going to just give it up. But yeah, guys, it's a flawed metric market cap. It does not reflect reality in crypto. You can't measure a network that moves money around the world at the speed of light by market cap. I don't know how they're going to do it, but there will be new ways we value these cryptos. What's my take on DAG, Constellation Network? I have a small bag of it. Like, they're partnered with like the military. They have great technology, and it's like, I feel like there's a lot of NDAs. Like, same thing with Proton, XPR, and ZBEC. Like these smaller utility coins, those are, to me, the coins that they're my gamble coins. Those are like my meme coins that have super high upside, but they also could go to zero. But that's all right. I like coins like that. Those are coins that I hold as my long shots. Coins exactly like Constellation DAG, like XPR, like I said before. But yeah, I like it. If it has great technology and people are using it right now, it can only grow. Like stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum is so topped off. Like, where can it go from here? Where can it expand? What are we going to sell it to more pension funds and, start writing debt on top of it. Like it's at the top. And with XRP and XLM and HBAR and DAG and Algorand and XDC, like we still have all the promotions, all of the use that's coming for it. Like the world's just not ready for it. The infrastructure has just been built for these assets to start to thrive. And like Bitcoin has no use case. It's digital gold. But what happens when Ethereum passes it or XRP passes it? Now it's digital silver. It's not a store of value like that. So I think we're going to see a huge shift in the markets here. And I can't wait. Hedera and QUBIC are by far the best two fundamentally sound AI projects. Like, yeah, other ones might give more gains this cycle. Like GPU already did like a 75x or 100x for me or something. So some of these random coins that are like almost vaporware that just use Nvidia on the website and they pump like crazy. That's not sustainable. All right, man, creator bid. I just can't stop staring at this because we've been talking about creator bid for a while. We've been yapping, and I have all of my Bill Nye staked on here, endorsed. I have all my Aeon 5000 on here staked and endorsed. And I'm trying to get into some of these curated launches because they are popping off on base. Yeah, I got 40 bid so far in rewards. I'm such a pleb, but that's all right. These launches are on fire. If my computer would work, then hold on, let me see if I can turn. All right, let's see. Low definition. There we go. Let's see if this works. I'm turning it down from 720 to 360. Let's see if we get some action. Dex Creator, let's go. No, it's not going to work. But yeah, there's a whole list of them. I think Rizzy was one of them. Yep, it's not even going to work. But there's about 10 projects. They've all done well. Yeah, Corium, Solo and Corium. Yep. I got all my Corium staked, getting my Pulsera airdrops. And I think I staked the Pulsera, but like something's up with it. Like I still have like an airdrop that's supposed to be claimed, but it's not working. So yeah, not too sure what's going on with the Pulsera, but bro, the rewards on Corium are insane. So I'm just holding it staked, and like those are the type projects you hold for years, for multiple cycles. You get your airdrops and you stack your coins for the first 2-3 years. You go through a first cycle. There's so much sell pressure because everyone got coins for free, and then next cycle, you hold it and it just does insane numbers because the coins then get sold into diamond-handed holders. People are waiting to take profits. So, yeah, I'm super bullish on Corium too. Like we need programmable. Now that I've been here for a while, I understand why we need smart tokens and programmable tokens. Like for computers, or if like I want to do a giveaway, say, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm doing a giveaway here. This person sponsored me for $100 gift code, a $100 coupon on their website, but it's only good for a week. It can't, they don't want it redeemed in 5 years from now. So you put into there a time limit on there. So there's a great use case for smart tokens and programmable money. So I'm super bullish on Corium. I'm just collecting the rewards right now, and we will see where it goes. And Sologenics too. Like all the supply is out, and every day there's less coin. In 10 minutes, there's going to be less coins. It's getting burnt nonstop. So I'm giving Solo multiple cycles too. all the airdrops come, the supply has to get into diamond-handed holders, and when it's free, people won't dump it as fast. They don't have that emotional attachment, and it came from like XRP, so that's more of like a diamond-handed community anyway, long-term thinkers. So yeah, I'm really bullish on Corium and Solo. Not much of this cycle, but in the future. Because I think a lot of the projects right now, honestly, are just vaporware. Like there's so many freaking rebrands where if you come to like the AI tab here and the stuff that they list as like actual AI projects is a joke. Like Filecoin is not AI. Filecoin is decentralized storage. How's that AI? I don't know. Basic attention token, baby Doge, like Kaito is not an AI project. Kaito is like a is the Yap board for decentralized science, a place where it's like a social leaderboard for Twitter. This has nothing to do with AI. So the fact that people are going to be investing, going to CoinMarketCap and investing in these projects, thinking they're AI coins, doing no research. Like I just see a huge bubble brewing this cycle until all this vaporware goes away and they're actual quality projects being used. It's going to be the same thing, but it won't be the same thing because the non-quality shitty projects won't see the pumps this cycle. You're already starting to see it. Half these meme coins are not doing what they were a year ago. The volume's just not there. Solana's diluting like crazy. There's no loyalty. And that's why with Pulse Chain is so great because the community is the strongest in all of crypto. And that's more valuable than anything in the long term. And that's what we are here, long-term investors, long-term thinkers. These opportunities we have here, people are going to sell themselves so short. And that's what I do not look forward to over the next 2-3 years. Is people saying, bro, I sold out of that bag. I knew I shouldn't have. And it's going to come. But I just really hope as this cycle progresses and more opportunities and options come out to where you can put your assets to work, loan against them, give them to a market maker, earning 2-3% a month, even earning 15% a year, through liquid staking or whatever. I hope that prevents people from selling. So people realize, like, you don't need to sell your blue chips. The goal right now for the next 2-3 years is accumulate as much as possible. And don't worry about the price because it's going to be so insanely, ridiculously high in 3 to 5 years because they have to be. In order to move a certain amount of coins, to move a certain amount of $1 trillion, you have to get a certain number. And that number is in the hundreds of dollars a coin. And that's just math. That's how it works. And stupid people can't comprehend that. So that is all I got. Just wanted to come on and just emphasize how the market is changing right in front of our eyes, guys. This is the institutional cycle. They're going to dictate the coins that pump the hardest. It's out of retail's control. We fucked up. We degened all our money, lost it all in the casinos, and there's no stimmy checks or free money to bail everyone out. Corium, damn, dude. Yep. That's crazy. It was like 29 when I looked a month or two ago. But that's good. That means no one's staking right now. I wonder why. No one believes in it, whatever. I will collect those rewards. I don't give a shit. Corium cost me nothing. It was a free airdrop. So to not stake it and just let it try to accumulate as much as possible, we're doing crypto wrong if you're not thinking like that. It's not how can I extract as much money as soon as possible. It's how can I stack as much of these best utility projects for the future when they're worth 100, 300 times what they are right now. Imagine what these projects are worth at a $300 trillion market cap. I can't even imagine it. And we have the opportunity to buy into them all right now and just put them away and forget about them. And then imagine if they were tax-free. If Trump says, yep, American crypto is tax-free, guys, it's going to create a freaking frenzy. Yup, Stronghold. Stronghold, something's happening. 3 cents now. Consistent volume. All the money getting sent to the exchanges. And what was it? Was it Kraken or Binance that put the little thing up about, oh, what coin should we list next? Stronghold or a bunch, whatever. It's going to be Stronghold. Everything has already been chosen and set up behind the scenes. And then they act like it's organic. And then they run press releases. Top 2 projects for quantum computing. I only got one. Dynex. OXDNX. Because we're a couple of years away from quantum. And Dynex is the bridge from right now to quantum with quantum as a service. QAAS. And they're building a quantum chip that does not require absolute zero. It's room temperature. So if they can build, if this chip takes off, this is like a multi-billion-dollar project that's at like a $10 million market cap. So look into Dynex, dynexcoin.org. You can get it on Uniswap. They got the chip, but their models too, bro. It's like 100 times faster than ChatGPT and this other shit. So it's almost ready too. They're quantum as a service models. So as soon as those come out and they shit on ChatGPT, this is the one. I'm not quite, that's it, bro. Everything else, it's just too early. It's just all speculation. So Dynex is just so undervalued. It's just a screaming buy right now. Absolute screaming buy. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Hope you guys got some alpha. Stick to the utility blue chips. Don't get fudded out. Don't listen to stupid people who haven't done 8 to 10 hours of research every day. All day long, I'm listening to Maximus's streams. I'm listening to Apex Crypto Consulting. I'm listening to Martin Armstrong. I'm listening to some Paul Barron Network stuff. I'm listening to Mickey B. Fresh. I'm listening to Waters Above. I listen to stuff all day, every day. Like, I'm obsessed with this. I see where it's going. I know where the money's going to come from. So just follow it. Follow the smart money, and you'll be all right.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.